y'all? It's your girl, Rene, and this is Plus News across the nation, across the globe, really. I'm your host, Rene, and I hope that y'all are doing well this evening, okay? It is Sunday. It has definitely been a heck of a June, okay? Today is July the 3rd, and I'm glad to be here with y'all this evening. If this is your first time here, hello again. My name is Rene, and I'm your host. And this is Plus News with Activism across the globe, okay? And Activism across the nation. You'll hear me use them interchangeably. If this is your first time, please make sure that you add me, the Rene, okay? You can add me at TheJayRene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also make sure that you add and follow Plus Productions, right? That way you'll be able to see my show when I come on. You'll be able to see our other shows, our seminars, and things like that. If you're interested in what's going on in the social justice world, please add the National Plus Coalition, okay? And that'll keep you up to date with all of that stuff. Please excuse my background noise. You might hear some kids hollering, but that's what kids do. We got one that's teething. So she is particularly upset. All right. So we're going to hope that she does all right. So let's jump right into it. How y'all doing, man? It's a lot going on in the world. Let's take a moment to just think about what's going on, a moment of silence for those that have lost their life in 2022. Let's do it. It's been a lot of senseless killings going on, right? A lot of senseless killings. But if you have been here before, thanks for coming back to check out the show. This show is a show for everybody, but it's especially geared to those that are already in social justice, activists, advocates, and things like that. This is our news, tips for us, and things like that. So, of course, I start the show with tips. My tip is about disclaimers and reset vetting. All right, the revetting process. So disclaimers. This has crossed my mind a couple of times, and it was brought to my attention again by one of my cousins. He was very, I don't want to say overzealous, but he was very passionate about telling me, you got to make sure you're using disclaimers. You got to use disclaimers, right? And those that follow me know, I think y'all probably got a beat on me and who I am. And I try to lead with integrity. Anything that I get involved with, I try to make sure that I know the facts secure enough to where I feel like it's something that I can defend and talk about and actually know what I'm talking about. But of course, sometimes things aren't what they seem, or something might come back and you have to backtrack. And nobody really likes to backtrack. Me personally, I don't want to have to backtrack, but I'm not afraid to do it. I'm human. People make mistakes. You might associate with people that you shouldn't. And then you got a little egg on your face. I'm the type of person that I'm trying to wipe it off and move forward. But disclaimers are important. I don't want to discount what my cousin was saying because I think I know everything, because I don't. And we have to learn and grow and get better at this thing. So disclaimers are definitely important. So you want to make sure that you're placing disclaimers where you have to. And when you're speaking from your point of view, if you're on a platform that isn't yours, you got to make sure that you're saying, this is my opinion, not my platform's opinion or my radio station, or, things like that. And just disclaimers. My biggest disclaimer that I've said before, but I want to be more proactive in using, is letting people know that anybody that I interview and I put their information out there, be it a person that's incarcerated, someone that says they were wrongfully convicted, someone that's free, something that's happening, they're talking about abuse or anything like that, I've taken that in good faith and that they're telling me the truth. You know what I mean? I am the type of person, however, if I find out that someone isn't being forthcoming, I'm going to call them out and then I'm going to blast them, publicly. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to re-vetting, you have to make sure that you're vetting everybody that you're dealing with. And sometimes the process can be skipped, especially in, social justice and activism and stuff like that. You meet people and you see people that are doing the work. It seems like they're doing the work, or they might be actually doing some work. So you tend to trust people and say, okay, they're out here in the fight with me. And you click and stuff like that. But vetting is very important. You want to make sure you're looking at their history. You're watching how they move, how they act, how they treat people, how they talk to people, how they handle their business and stuff like that before you really sink your teeth in and associate with them. And sometimes you got to revet people, okay? You'll think you know someone, you're getting a warm and fuzzy from them, and you say, okay, I'm going to bring you in the niche. And then they do something that you have to question. Then you got to put them back in the revetting process. Now, of course, there's going to be some things where you're going to be like, absolutely not, I can't fool with it. And then it could be some things that are happening. You're not really sure about it. You need to watch it a little longer, get some more insight. And you might be hoping it's not what it seems, or you like, well, I don't know if this person might be really doing that. Let me pay attention to the situation. Just put them back in the revetting process, and that's okay. That's okay. Don't feel bad. And it might make somebody angry where you be like, hey, I got to take a few steps back from you because I don't know how you moving. They might get upset. That's their right. It's still your right to, take some step back and put them back in the revetting cycle. That's my tips for activism or activists and those in the social justice. So let's jump right into who to add. Now, I do want to give a shout out to State versus Us. That's one of the first ones I'm going to say. A lot of the news that we have that I'm going to be talking about tonight, I got from their Instagram. Okay, they're definitely in the beat. They know what's going on, and they are a good wealth of information. But what they also do is State versus Us magazine, all right, where they highlight high-profile cases, wrongfully convicted stories, and corruption in the prison system and police department. But it's not limited to that. They also talk about the success stories of the formerly incarcerated, and they talk about those that are doing their things behind the G-wall and once they're beyond it, all right? You can make sure that you add them, Twitter and Instagram under State versus Us. That's State VSUS. Okay, that's on Twitter and Instagram. And on Facebook, you can look them head up, State versus Us magazine. All right, you can also email them. So make sure that you add them across the board. San Francisco Bayview, National Black Newspaper. All right, you definitely want to make sure that you add them. You can add them on Instagram under SF Bayview. Okay, they have a live that starts at 9 Pacific and 12 o'clock Eastern time. I definitely say that you should check them out. They are definitely in the beat when it comes to advocacy and activism. They're definitely in the prisons. They support those that are in the prison system. So you definitely want to check them out if that's your lane. All right, we got Society First. Society-first.com is where you can find them as far as on the internet, but they're down in Florida and they're down there doing their thing. I'm sorry, my grandbaby hollering, y'all. But so y'all want to make sure that y'all add them. That'll be a good look right there. They're helping people down there in Florida, and that's Society First. You can add them at society-first.com. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. I was hoping I had a video to play for y'all right quick while I go check and see what's going on with the baby. But her mother gonna handle that. So yeah, let me keep going. So let's talk about wins. So when you're in social justice, there's often a lot of stuff going on, and you want to talk about your wins as well, because there's always a lot of losses. We've had losses just within the last 7 to 14 days, right? So you want to talk about your wins as well. So 1 second, I gotta go check on it. Back, y'all. I had to go see what was going on. Little baby teething. She is not a happy camper. Okay, I had to make sure I check on her. All right, so back to what I was saying. All right, so yeah, so we have a win in Texas. Okay, so there was a phone zap that I had put together the last couple of weeks for a brother named Cedric Darnell. Okay, Cedric Darnell is down under the Texas Department of Corrections. And his story is something else. I definitely invite you to check out the story on my YouTube. I got to speak with his mother, and she gave us an account of how the system actually, tried to kill him. They beat him, put him under some steps, and left him for dead. He did make it, but since he had returned back to his facility, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all couldn't hear me. Let me start from the beginning. We're going to talk about our wins. All right. All right. So the brother Cedric Darnell, we had put a phone zap together for him. All right. His mother was fearful for his safety, and we had found out that he hadn't been getting water or showers for about 3 days when we had talked to her. We put a phone zap together, and that phone zap was effective. Okay. Cedric Darnell out of Texas. Being singled out and abused by guards. All right, our phone zap spearheaded an investigation into his treatment. Okay, so there will be an investigation that has started. They will be sending people to go check him out and see what's going on with him. So that was definitely one of our wins. Thank you so much for everybody that participated in that phone zaps. Phone zaps are very important. That's how we let them know that we see what they got going on, and they can't do what they doing to a blind eye. That's why they do it, because they think nobody's watching. Those phone zaps let them know we see them. So I want to thank everybody that participated in that. All right, so we have all right, the man in Deep River, Connecticut, all right, that assaulted a child that was on his bicycle, pushed him off. He was arrested and has been charged. His name is Jameson Chapman. All right, so his ass is where he deserves to be, which is in a cell. So this right here, this is the transportation secretary. All right. He just launched a reconnecting communities program. And this is going to aid the black communities that lost money out of the things that the government was doing. Okay. Those that they were putting roads and just, knocking down their homes and putting them out on the street. He's fixing that. Okay. And it's going to help a lot of black families that lost their homes and lost their lineage and stuff like that. So this is definitely a win. He is the transportation secretary. I don't know how I say his name, so I'm gonna say his title. So that's definitely a win for us. So we definitely want to appreciate our wins, because in the midst of wins, there's a lot of trouble and turmoil. So we do want to reflect on the things that have happened, that have come from our hard work, because it'll keep us charged and keep us in the fight and stuff like that. We can't just always focus on the things going wrong. We got to focus on the things that are going right and the things that we're aiding in. So those are a few of our wins. So now we got to jump right into meat and potatoes of it, okay? So we're going to start in Africa, remember, because Plus News is also global. Okay, in Africa, we've talked about Africa before. We talked about Nigeria, but this thing that's happening right now is in a place called Melilla. I hope I'm saying it right. And it is on the border of Morocco and Spain. And there we have Africans that are being abused, are being killed, being held prisoner, and things like that. Very vile and disturbing. The statement here in this situation and in the one in Nigeria, where we have Christians, we have Christians that are being slaughtered by Muslims, is that the government officials are not involved. They're not doing anything to help the situation, and they're turning a blind eye. If you are interested in becoming a part of this fight across the way, to find out more information, to see if you can be involved or if there's anything that you can do, you definitely can reach out. All right, 914-655-4993, and text Africa. All right, and we'll send you information that's going on in this place of Melilla and Nigeria, and see if you want to get involved in that. Okay. All right. So let me tell you about the Supreme Court Justice. The Supreme Court Justice, all right, has just handed down news for black voters. All right. The U.S. Supreme Court reinstated racially gerrymandered, hold on, let me get this right. Racially gerrymandered congressional maps. All right. Um, for 2022 election. So Black people are 1/3 of the state's population. So this decision will make Black voters will only control one of the 6 congressional seats. So that's what's happening. Okay, that's what they have. Supreme Court Justice just handed down some news that's going to affect Black voters. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. Of course, it's some bullshit. We already know that it's always been a problem when it came to Black voters, and they're just making it harder. So that's happening there. If you want to know more information about that, how you can get involved and hopefully do something about that situation, just text 914-655-4993 and text voting. If you text voting, and you'll get all the information about that, the articles and things like that, more in-depth information, text right to your telephone. So make sure y'all reach out. So of course I got to talk about Roe versus Wade, right? Of course. So Roe versus Wade. They say no more terminations of pregnancies, okay? Thousands, I'm sure you have seen, have been protesting in the street. I hope that you've also noticed how the police are treating them as well, pushing them down, assaulting them, things like that. It's a lot going on out there. I've also seen some civilians drive over other civilians that were protesting. Anyone, that's protesting, please make sure that you're being safe, okay? Now, when it comes to this decision, we have to remember that it's not just people that are deciding to use abortions as birth control or people that are just irresponsible. This is also affecting those that are raped or those that are molested, those that might die because of their pregnancies, because it's in their fallopian tubes. It's called ectopical or something. I'm not really, good with certain words I don't use all the time, but you know what I mean? So one of the arguments that I keep hearing when that's brought up is, well, that's only affects 1% to 2%. I think that people are not thinking, remember, we got billions of people in the world. So 1% or 2% is not like 5 people. And even if it was just 5 people, isn't that enough for us to want to have something in place that protects those that need to be protected? Now, a lot of people say that a woman should be able to govern her own body. And of course, I agree to that I'm a woman. It's really weird to me. And it's deeper than, we want the ability to do something like that. It's way deeper than that. And it's just going to start an avalanche of other things that's going to be happening. I've heard that they're going to start to target birth control next, right? If they're targeting birth control, so that means you're going to force people to have children or not to have sex. Who are we to say who can have sex? It's a topic that I can't discuss in this little bit of a time, and I'm not prepared to, because it's so many levels to it. But this decision is definitely going to have a snowball effect. I'm gonna put this up one more time so you can read this right quick. What it says, I'll read it out loud for those that are just listening. It says, doctors in Missouri now have to wait until pregnant women are almost dead before intervening to save them from ectopic pregnancy. That's the one I was telling you is in the fallopian tubes, right? America is a disgusting, despicable, and death-loving nation. This is what David said. That was his quote, but I was just talking about Missouri in particular. Yeah, so you could be dying and they can't touch you. It's a lot that goes with this decision, and I know we're definitely going to hear more about it, okay? Let's see what we have next. All right, so in Florida, they done lost their damn minds in Florida. We have an active case of entrapment. I have a video for that I'm going to show y'all so y'all can see what they're doing down in Florida. Lost their damn minds.
The breakdown. On today's episode of The Breakdown, which you can hear on Apple Podcast and Spotify, I'm going to unpack and explain something that I posted right here on Instagram. Men at a jail in Florida are having time added to their jail sentence for registering to vote and voting after the county asked them to register to vote and to vote. You heard me correct. It absolutely appears to be a case of entrapment. Let me try to unpack and explain it Stop what you're doing. Go now to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and listen to today's full episode of The Breakdown.
So yeah, you heard them right. They told these men to go register to vote. And then when they registered to vote, they said, oh, you broke the law and we're going to add more time to you. That's entrapment right there. These men don't know no better. They're being told by their authority source to go register to vote. And then after they register to vote, they charge them with the crime and want to add more time to their sentences or rearrest them. This is the type of system that we're dealing with. That's why we have to remain very diligent in our fight. And it's a hard fight to do. That's why we got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves, right? That we're getting our R&R that we need. We're taking a breather. We're decompressing and all of that stuff, because the fight ahead of us and the fight that we're currently in is absolutely outrageous. They set these men up to get more time. Diabolical tactics indeed. All right, so I want to talk to y'all about some people that need lawyers. So we know that there's a lot of incarcerated people that have wrongful convictions. They might have got too much time. It might be something that happened with their legal representation and things like that. Excuse me, it's a bug in here, or a fly or something. So I want to talk to y'all about some people that need some lawyers. If you know anybody that's a lawyer in any of these states, anyone that might know a lawyer in any of these states, anybody that's a paralegal that might know some lawyers that's in these states, please reach out at 914-655-49. Okay, and you know what to put in the text so you can get information back or help you to get with this person that needs help. So we have Ashia Williams Forrest. All right, she's out of Mississippi. She's looking for a pro bono lawyer. In her situation, in her state, she has a stand your ground law. This is Mississippi, and she has the castle law. Both were ignored in her case that she was convicted for, where she says that she shot and killed her domestic abuser in her home because she felt like and knew that he was going to kill her. Okay. The abuse that happened in their situation and the abuse that he has instilled on others was never presented in court for her to be able to use these as defenses. Okay, so she's trying to get her another trial and appeal or whatever she needs to do to write this. So again, her name is Ashia Williams Forrest, and she is in Mississippi. So if you have a lawyer that does Mississippi law or someone that is interested in helping her, text 914-655-4993 and put in Ashia, ASHIA, and the information to be sent to you so you can learn more about her case and see how you can help her. Someone else that needs a lawyer, all right? Her name is the lovely Sheila Arnold. She needs a lawyer for her son, Brandon Lewis. All right, her son was killed at Wabash Correctional Facility. He was killed in Wabash Correctional Facility. They are telling her that it was an accident. However, we had an independent nurse look at his autopsy report and his pictures, and she said that there are places that he was stabbed, that he could not have stabbed himself, which means that he was murdered. He was murdered at Wabash Correctional Facility. The facility is still giving the mother a runaround. I don't even think that they even speak to her anymore. She's still needs assistance in this case. They were saying that there was a statute of limitations on this. I'm not really sure how there can be a statute of limitations on murder. However, I do know that she can get some type of assistance. So even if she can't get the full justice that she deserves for her son, that she might be able to put something in place that can prevent this from happening again. Okay. And this happened in Texas. So if you have a lawyer that's in Texas that is willing to do pro bono work or can do work in Texas, can practice in Texas, 914-655-4993 and text Brandon. Okay. If you want to learn more about that case and link together and see if you can help. All right. So we got Sister LaShonda. All right. Her son name is Cedric Darnell. Remember, he's the one I was telling you we had a victory for. But let me tell you why she's looking for a lawyer. Now, they are also out of Texas, and she is looking for a lawyer to work pro bono for her. Her son she said her son told her that he was beaten by the guards when he woke up out of his coma. What happened is he was beat and left under some steps, and the next shift found him. They were alerted by some of the other men that were incarcerated there that an incident had happened. Since then, she said there has been 4 attempts on his life. They have, and she wants those that harmed her son to pay, those that covered it up to pay, and those that are ignoring the cries and pleas of people that are trying to right this situation to pay. So she's looking for a lawyer that is interested in helping her find justice for her son. Her son didn't make it. He made it out of the coma. They beat him and left him for dead. This is what she's saying, and she needs help. So if you are in Texas and you are a lawyer in Texas or know somebody who might know somebody, please reach out 914-655-4993 and text Darnell, DAR, N as in Nancy, ELL, D as in dog, AR, N as in Nancy, ELL. And that information be straight to you. We got Tyrone Norwood. He is looking for a pro bono lawyer that is in the state of Delaware or can practice in the state of Delaware. 18 years ago, he was given 18 years for killing his friend. There are many people that have testified or not. They didn't get to testify, but there are many people that witnessed this event and said that his firearm had fell out of his personal body, had fell out of this, and when it struck the ground, it accidentally went off, right? He served 18 years for this. The issue is, after they gave him 18 years, he is still sitting in prison after serving 18 years. He is trying to get a lawyer involved in this that can help and assist him in finding out what his options are. He served his time and he's trying to go. After that, I'm sure he'll definitely be trying to look into finding out what he can do about having his having his conviction overturned. So we want to talk about Jayland Walker. I know that's something that that everybody knows what's going on with that, right? Jayland Walker, he was shot from the last time they reported 60 times, maybe more, but he was shot at over 90 times. So we have the body cam footage via Sean King. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see it, okay? So let me get on this. Give me 1 second. I don't know why. Give me 1 second. Get this right, y'all. I'm going to get you. All right, we're going to do entire screen. Window. Entire screen. All right, so y'all should be able to see me. Add to stream. Okay. So here we go, y'all. I'm going to read you something. And it says, actions by the suspect caused the officers to perceive he posed a deadly threat to them. In response to this threat, officers discharged their firearms, striking the suspect. This is what the police said. Now, mind you, they say suspect. Now, words in journalism are very, very important. Mind you, they say suspect. Suspect of what? But when you hear the word suspect, a lot of people that are listening, they automatically say, oh, they were doing something wrong. Suspect of what? Because they said it was a traffic violation or something, or some type of traffic shit, right? Suspect of what? They said that they felt he posed a threat. How does someone running away from you pose you a threat? How does someone running away from you pose you a threat? How does someone running away from you pose you a threat so much and you so fearful that for your life that y'all shoot at him over 90 times? If you are a police officer and someone running away from you causes you fear, you need a better job. One where you pack rice for a living or something that don't interact with people, because that's absolutely ridiculous, unacceptable, diabolical and disgusting. And then after they shot this young man down, 25 years old, young man, they had the audacity, nerve, and savagery to handcuff him. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. There's nothing to be said that can make any sense of such a senseless murder. They murdered him, and it has been considered a homicide, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. How scary do you have to be that you and your flackies shoot over 90 times at somebody who's running away from you? And I heard they're on administrative leave. Does that mean they're getting paid? Garbage. America. This is America, right? That's why we have to stay diligent and on them, because they continue to do the wrong thing. And if people don't stand up against them doing the wrong thing, they're going to keep stomping on our necks. Now, the family is asking for peace. They don't want no violence to happen. They don't want nothing to happen to get anybody hurt. This is what they're asking for. And I hope that people do listen to what the family asks for. And I can understand the anger. I definitely understand and I get it. There's absolutely no excuse for this, man. Like, I'm telling you, we have to make sure we continue to keep up the fight. And sometimes fights escalate. And you need to be prepared for the escalation of force that might have to come with us getting justice and getting what we deserve. Okay? Let me get into these phone zaps, all right? First phone zap I want to talk about is for the Queen, Brittany Martin, okay? Brittany Martin is a political prisoner. She is currently approximately 5 months pregnant, and she is locked up. She is locked up in jail right now in South Carolina because she decided to express her First Amendment rights of freedom of speech, protesting for the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor murders. She got tried and found guilty for a chant that she was saying, I'm willing to die for the black, or you willing to die for the blue. There was a chant. And they gave her 4 years for this. And she sits in jail right now, pregnant and all. She's a mother. She has 5 children that are at home without their mother for this 4 years. Now, all of us know that it's it's because of her efforts and the powerful voice that she has. Because she be on their ass. She be on them. She's Carolina and abroad, past them places. She be on them, demanding accountability, demanding that they do the right thing, demanding that they stand up. Right? So that's what they're doing. So we got a phone zap for the sister, all right? We have been hitting them up and calling. We're going to continue to call. All right. So if you want to get in on this phone zap, we are calling Governor McMasters. We're going to call him, start calling him on Tuesday, because I'm sure they're not going to be there. The number that you can reach Governor McMasters on is 803-734-2100. That's 803-734-2100. I'm going to put it in the group chat. What's up, Full Circle? You're probably gone by now. I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to put in the group chat the number that you're going to call for Brittany Martin. And we're going to start that on Tuesday, okay? Because you know they're not going to be there tomorrow. His name is Governor McMasters. A second to put this in the chat for y'all. Y'all got that phone number. So let me go to the next one. I might have to cut this a little short just to make sure that I don't lose y'all again. Yeah, my service isn't that great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go me again. All right, so the next phone zap, all right, we need to call Baltimore County Detention Center. We can call them all through the weekend, all through the next week. So you can start calling them tonight, call them tomorrow, all the way up through the next week. I got a video to actually show on that to give a little bit more insight of why we need to call up there and get in their business.
They got us locked down in the cell.
It's gonna play in a second.
For more than 30 to 40
Connection's
hours.
kicking my butts.
Before we even get out, they only allowing us 1 hour.
Well, let me tell you.
You gotta take a shower and get on the phone.
The number up there to them is 418 512 3200.
All right, 30 to 40 hours. Like they taking out commissary, taking out visits. Everything for no fucking reason. For no reason.
The break.
They got us locked down in the cell.
All right, so yeah, the Baltimore
for more than 30
County
to 40 hours before we even get out. They only allowing us 1 hour.
Yeah, the Baltimore County Detention Center, 418-512-3200. They're having some issues up there. I'm trying to get the footage to play for you.
We've been in the cell for like 30 to 40 hours. Like they taking out commissary, taking out visits. Everything for no fucking reason. For no reason. Like we're not about to, like we locked in all day long, even to the next day, for no reason. They taking out commissary, they not feeding us nothing in the first place. Like they doing us wrong. Like and it's only to their benefit, I feel like. It's terrible. There's so much other shit that they doing. I can't even say it all right.
I'm gonna bring up.
And then, like, we ain't getting no compensation. Y'all taking out money and they ain't giving us shit. So what's gonna happen? Like,
I'm really trying to play this for y'all. Y'all on it won't.
They got us locked down in the cell for more than 30 to 40 hours before we even get out, they only allowing us 1 hour walk. So we gotta take a shower and get on the phone and everything in that 1 hour. And they barely even giving us that hour. By the time we get that hour, we've been in the South for like 30 to 40 hours. Like they taking out commissary, taking out visits, everything for no fucking reason. For no reason. Like we're not about to, yes, like we locked in all day long, even to the next day, for no reason. Taking out commissary, they not feeding us nothing in the first place. Like they doing us wrong, like, and it's only to their benefit. I feel like it's terrible. There's so much other shit that they doing. I can't even say it all right. And then like we ain't getting no commissary. Y'all taking our money and ain't giving us shit. So what's gonna happen by next week? Like,
and they not giving y'all packages or y'all mail that y'all getting.
Yes. No mail, no packages, no commissary, but y'all taking our money for everything.
What did I tell y'all? Baltimore County Detention Center, 418-512-3200. Baltimore County Detention Center, 418-512-3200. Illegal lockdowns for hours at a time, not getting their commissary, but they're taking their money. The food that they're getting is not adequately fulfilling them and sustaining them, nutritionally wise. Y'all can start calling tonight. You can call tonight up until you get tired, okay? Because they are a facility. They open up 24 hours a day. Blow their phones up. Phones apps are important. Remember, I told you the one of the first things I said, the phones app, what we did for Cedric Darnell was successful. Remember, our phones apps are definitely successful. I am going to cut this one a little short because of the technical difficulties. I'm definitely sorry about that. I hope that y'all have gotten enough information out of my show before it started tripping so that you can do and get involved in the things that I talked about tonight. Make sure for the phones apps, if you want more information on Brittany Martin, please make sure you reach out to 914-655-4993 and type in Brittany, and you'll get all the information sent to your phone. If you want to know more about this phones app that's going on at Baltimore County Detention Center, we can definitely hook you up with someone that can get you more well-versed on what's going on. And all you got to do is text 914-655-4993, okay, and type in BCDC. BCDC, that's for Baltimore County Detention Center, and we'll make sure we send you the information. I appreciate you all right? Make sure y'all are vetting people well. Don't be afraid to put their ass back in the vetting cycle if you need to. Make sure you're doing your disclaimers, and here's mine again. Everything that I said tonight is my opinion and not the opinion of Plus necessarily, okay? Anything that we do cover, Rene or Plus Productions or the National Plus Coalition, we believe in true faith that it is the truth. And if at any time we find out that there is some fodegaries going on, we will definitely address it and get rid of the problem. All right, y'all. We got to continue up the fight. In the month of July, there's a lot of things going on. Make sure that you are following Plus Productions. That's this platform that you're watching me on right now. Trust me, the internet issue is not their problem. That's my issue, and I definitely apologize. I'm going to try to work it out by next Sunday. Definitely make sure that you're adding me, the J Rene, that's TheJayrene, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find me and link up with me. And make sure you add Prison Riot Radio, Prison _riot_radio on LinkedIn. Good Sunday. Hope you have a good rest of your week. My birthday's on Tuesday. I'm hopefully to have a good Tuesday. Y'all have a good night, and I appreciate y'all. Stand a good fight. All power to the people.